This is Caitlin from KMKDesigns. Today we are showing a video on how to put on a historical Victorian gown based off 1873 fashion. This gown was made for a wedding and we are using it for a demonstration.
This is how to put on a Victorian outfit from beginning to end. Usually you'd be wearing your pantaloons first, or bloomers. I'm wearing my own, but you'd wear your own Victorian ones. I'm also wearing a chemise under this just because this is somebody's gown. First you put your chemise on, first layer after your pantaloons. Then you're going to put your corset on. Now with your busk, make sure your lacings are really wide in the back. In the front, put your busk. You make sure that you're putting the metal pieces all on top first. That makes it easier. Yeah. And then you want to slowly get all the little knobs in their homes. And they will try to pop out because they like doing that. Kind of good, sometimes good to stick your hand inside the corset. You want lots of room. And last one. Okay, now next step is to get tightened in your corset. You start the third hole down and you pull. Not all the way tight, just to start. Then skip one hole and go to the next on both sides and pull again. Skip one hole again on both sides and pull again. Okay, so you continue until you get down to the loops. And these loops are different, and they're called the rabbit ears. And that's where all your excess is going to come out. And you do the same thing at the bottom. On the bottom, the way it's laced is I take the second one up. The next layer is the petticoat.
Goes over the corset once it's tightened.
And it has a drawstring, and it ties in the back. And this is the drawstring here. Straighten it all out. And the next one in this ensemble is a back hoop. And this will vary depending on how much bustling and what the style is. Sometimes they build the back hoop into the petticoat. Sometimes there isn't a back hoop. Hold the two. And this one ties in the front.
Make everything very tight.
Sometimes they will tie onto the corset. Just depends on, or they might have little ties right onto the corset there. Just depends on how they were made.
Next layer is the bustle.
Yes.
Butt bustle.
Yep. And this one actually will go on, tie onto the corset.
Doesn't have its ties yet.
It doesn't have its ties yet, but it will. So we're going to use a couple of pins here today. We won't be pinning the model. The next layer is the skirt and the train, and they are connected together. It's shown now unbustled with the train laid out, and I'm going to show you how to bustle it now. This train bustles with the last ruffle. At the top of the last ruffle there's a little loop, and it goes up to a little cord up here, and it goes through the loop. Yeah.
Very smoothly.
Yeah, very smoothly. And it ties in a bow. And the same thing on the other side. Move our loop. And there's a pull cord in this last ribbon holding at the top of the last ruffle. And this gets pulled on both sides. And that just adds to the bustling. And this is the skirt bustled. Then go to the front and on the sides and tuck. So you should see a double ruffle and none of the under ruffles showing. And tuck the ruffles in. And there it is bustled.
The next layer is the bodice.
And the next layer is the bodice. And this will go over the head.
Here is my arms very high. Oh no, I can.
Straight up, arms straight up.
You need help to get this outfit on you.
Yes, you do need help. You need a dresser for this. This is not a solo operation. Come around to the back, and we're going to tighten it in a very similar way that we did the corset. In this case, however, we do not have rabbit ears. And the tricky part is just make sure you go every other hole to pull your loose part in.
And this is the final result. Everything together. And just after you're done, you might take some adjusting and just make sure your ruffles and your chemise are all in the right place. There's so many layers, sometimes they get skewed when you